How are you doing today? I hope you're all doing well. It is Friday, March 5th. Yeah, Friday, March 5th, 2021. And yes, it's Friday. Yay for the weekend. I hope we all have a wonderful, relaxing, and crafty weekend. I completely forgot to pull up what the National Day of what March is. March 5th is. So give me a second to pull up what March 5th is. March 5th is, oh, there's a lot of them on March 5th. And it's funny because I've had a couple people say, I thought each day is only one thing. And I'm like, no, it's a whole bunch of different things because everything has a day now. And there's only 365 days in a year. So we have to like double up and triple up and quadruple up and sextuple up and octuple up. And yeah, it's ridiculous. So, all right. So March 5th is National Employee Appreciation Day. My employer didn't appreciate me today outwardly. No, they appreciate me all the time, but they didn't actually outwardly say Happy Employee Appreciation Day today. Interesting. I don't know if that isn't a common known day. Today is National Dress in Blue Day. Well, we did wear blue today because of Dr. Seuss's birthday. I don't think it was for Spirit Week. So we wore red, white, and blue. So that I kind of worked out for that one for me today. Today is National Day of Unplugging. That's not working for me because we're on here, and I hope you're all watching me today. National Cheese Doodle Day. So happy National Cheese Doodle Day if you are a fan of cheese doodles. National Absinthe Day. Interesting. And it falls on a Friday. National Multiple Personality Day. National Speech and Debate Education Day. So there we go. Those are all the national days. And of course, these are according to Google, this is what the national days are. I don't know if they're just American days of national celebration or if these are multinational days, like if other countries also celebrate these days. So enjoy if you appreciate any of these. The ones that I really called to attention would be cheese doodles, which I don't have any in my home, so I'm not going to be able to partake in that day, or absinthe. However, I do like a cocktail that takes absinthe. It's called a and now I'm not going to remember what the name of the drink is, and it'll come to me, but I'm not going to remember at the moment. So anyways, happy appreciation of all those days. So today it is Friday. I just got home from work. I am filming earlier today because Fridays I usually get to leave a little bit earlier. And at least today I got to leave a little bit earlier. My last meeting was canceled, so I cut out a little early. And I'm going to relax tonight. I have no idea what I'm going to do tonight, but last night, I was on a mission. Yesterday, in yesterday's video, I had mentioned how I was I wasn't kind of looking for a flower pot. I was looking for a flower pot. And when I got home after I made my video, I was still looking for the flower pot. And I just couldn't let it go. And I needed to find that flower pot. And I just couldn't let it go. And I was looking on all these websites and I just could not find one I liked. And then I finally went onto the Lowe's website and I found one I kind of liked. So I was like, well, let me go to the Lowe's store, the local Lowe's store. It was 7 o'clock in the evening. They were open till 9. And I'll see if I like it. And if I do, I'll pick it up. Also, it was 7 o'clock on a Thursday night, so Lowe's is not going to be all that busy. They were dead. There was like no one there. So I drove to Lowe's, freezing cold temperatures because we're having a cold spurt. And I found a pot that I liked. And I also found another flower. But here's a picture of the braided money tree in its new home. It is now going to be living in the corner, kind of by Henry. and the plant is getting used to the new home. It is. It went from a 6-inch pot to an 8-inch pot, so it is a nice. It was root bound in the previous pot. It was quite challenging to get it out of the old pot. The roots were starting to pull apart, so I'm glad I did upgrade it to the new home. It will definitely live in this new pot for quite a while. I think it will be very happy in that space. I also ordered from Amazon one of those wheelie things, a wheel cart for plants, so that I can easily move it around without having to pick it up and move it. And so whenever I feel like giving it some additional light, because it is over in a dark corner of the home, so I can move it closer to the windows for a week or so during the summer, or for an extended period of time, just so it gets that extra sunlight and stimulation. And it'll be nice and easy to wheel around. Whenever I need to clean, I can just push it out of the way, push it back, and it will, as it gets heavier, because it is starting to become a bigger plant, I won't have to overexert myself in moving the plant. So that is that. But while I was also at Lowe's, I can't stop and not look at the other plants, and I came across this beauty. And this is a begonia, if you were unaware. This was actually a begonia that, if you can see, it's not looking all that hot because it was on clearance. So this was a $20 plant that I got for a whopping $5 on clearance, but while it was on clearance, there's still a whole lot of new growth. So yeah, it doesn't look all that pretty right now. There's some, not so great leaves like right here. And, this area and through here doesn't look all that great. Oh, there, we just lost a leaf. But look at the top of this plant. Look how pretty that is. So I posted a picture on Amazon. Yeah, on Amazon. I posted a picture on Instagram last night of this. And one of my Instagram followers, who might also be a follower on here, said, this is an angel wing begonia. It just says on the label down here, it is of the begonia collection. So it doesn't give me like a species or anything other than it's a begonia. So I had no clue. I was going to have to go do some research. So I did research after I knew it was an angel wing begonia, and she is correct. And then I found out how big they can get. Apparently they can grow as big as 10 to 15 feet tall or long. They're a vining begonia or like a trailing begonia, but they can be maintained to a smaller portion. So I think this is going to be quite beautiful. I love the variegation on the leaves, the polka dotted look of it. Just something different. I've been kind of intrigued by begonias ever since I repotted my friend's begonia earlier or last month. And so I have this lovely plant to put in my windowsill and bring back to health. And how can I not rescue a dying plant that did not have water for a very long time because it was completely parched dry and dying at the store for $5. So there we go. I often will look for those kind of things whenever I go in stores, because sometimes you can find great plants that might not look perfect, but you can bring them back to life for a very simple, easy way of doing that. And this one has lots of growth and signs of life that, hey, it's going to be worth the inexpensive cost and a little bit of tender love and care, and maybe not a bloom cycle this year, but that's all right because I think it's pretty as it is. And they also, it looks like, have great blooms on them. So that is my new begonia. But that's not all in the gardening section today. I had mentioned the other day that as part of my my supervision responsibilities at work, I supervise the greenhouse that we have, and we are now starting to revamp up for the school year, or for the spring, with the greenhouse. And unfortunately, last year we really didn't do anything with our greenhouse due to COVID. So this year is my first year supervising that area of the school, and I'm really looking for different kinds of ways to revamp, reinvigorate the program and bring new life into it. And one of the plants that we have in our school that has been in our school since we built it a few years ago, it's in the corner office, it's in the corner of our main office, is a peace lily, which is huge. It's a huge peace lily. I mean, it is big, like a big lily. It sits in the window, a window that gets plenty of bright light. It actually is filtered light because it comes through two different sets of glass, but it is nice bright light. And I was like, well, if I do a few cuttings of that, let's see if we can propagate it. And if that's the case, we could create some propagated plants that could then become parent plants for new propagation plants for our children, for our students, to then create new plants for sale from our greenhouse. So what I did today was, I mean, there was so many leaves on this plant that when I cut a few off, and I cut 6 off, I kept 4 for myself and 2 for one of our job coaches, who's also going to try her hand at propagating them. I cut 6 leaves off. You couldn't even tell that I cut 6 leaves out of the plant, and it was blooming at the time too. So, and it's starting to throw new bloom spikes out. So here are the 4 peace lily leaves that I cut off. So this is going to be a test run to see how well they propagate. They are nice. You can see how big and vibrant green that the leaves are. So I'm hoping that they do well. I have them in a glass of water. This is filtered water through a Brita filter, just to make sure it's clean of impurities and whatnot. So I'm going to try to root it in the water and then go from there. So I have 4 leaves. We're going to root it, and then we'll see if we can create healthy plants from the peace lily. So these will be hanging out here in my, I'm going to have to find a place to put these too. So, oh boy. All right, so what did I do last night? To be honest, I didn't do a whole lot. My throat was getting a little scratchy there. I kind of feel like my crafting bug is waning a bit. So I need to reanalyze what I want to work on, because I think what I've been working, and I don't know if it's waning because I had that finish and I just don't know what I want to work on yet, or what the issue is. So I did do a little bit of crafting last night. I did work on my dishcloth. So I did 2 more repeats of the boxy dishcloth. So I put 2 more sets of 4-row repeats in. Again, if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a Dishy worsted weight cotton, 100% cotton from Knit Picks in the color Azure. It is not quite as vibrant blue, like it is a little bit more gray blue than that. And there is the dishcloth so far. I'm just taking my time on this. It was just beside me whenever I was kind of like, I don't want to stitch anymore. But I did do some stitching last night. So I did put about 100 stitches into my Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by John Bradley called Harbor Lights. Again, I'm working up here in this top corner, and here is my progress thus far. So yesterday all I did was about 100 stitches right here, and you can barely tell that I did anything. So I think I'm going to put this away. I took it off the Lowry stand. And I just don't know what I'm going to do. So, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I think we all go through phases where you craft some and then you don't craft some. And I don't think it's going to completely go away. I don't know if I'm going to stitch tonight, and I'm not going to put that pressure on me that I've been trying to stitch every single day this year. I thought about that on the way home from work today, and yeah, that'd be great if I could stitch every single day in 2021, but what does that mean if I do? Yeah, that's just a goal, but if I don't, I don't. And while that would be a fun challenge to hit, it's not the end of the world if I don't stitch every single day. So I think what I'm going to do is just hang back. I'm going to probably play my computer game for a little bit after I upload this video and then see where the wind takes me. You know, I've kind of been hyper focused on my plants and my garden this week. And I think that's because the weather is starting to show signs of warming up. And so I think I want to just really kind of relax and take a step back for a minute from my stitching and figure out where I want to go from here. I might pull out my British Isles just to put a few stitches in that so I can continue trying to have the energy and momentum on that, because that is a gift. Excuse me, I drink water and now I'm going to have the hiccups. That is going to be a gift, but the person knows it's going to be a while before it gets done. But, you know, I would like to show that I'm continuing to work on it. But other than that, I'm just going to go with it. So, and I think that's important to know for any of us. Like, don't put pressure on yourself and then lose your stitching. So with that, I hope you all have a great evening. Happy stitching or crafting or gardening or cleaning your house if that's what you have to do this weekend, because I think I need to do that this weekend too. I did put my humidifier away. I think I'm done with that now. I'm hoping we're almost at the last leg of running the heater. So I'm kind of allowing, it is down to 27% humidity in here. But I kind of don't want to run the humidifier anymore either. I don't know. I might just say enough of it and put it away. And start cleaning, because that does also leave dust and stuff. So I kind of want to start cleaning all that up and be ready for spring. So I might just start cleaning for the spring. With that, anyway, I'm just rambling now. So have a wonderful evening. Happy Friday. And until I see you tomorrow, don't forget to always, 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 always be creative.